Okie doke. 4 p.m. Sun is all the way up. Ah, flowers. That's a good display for a video, I guess. I don't even know if I'm capturing them. But yeah, it's got to be freaking 42 degrees. And I'm out here with a camera instead of in the water. But I did just shoot a brilliant walking video. And I can't post it because all you can see is the back of my head. Because I'm having a hell of a time keeping... Well, I mean, the camera is completely zoomed out. And my hand is completely stretched out. And I'm still having a hell of a time keeping the background in instead of just, like back of my head. So that's pretty fucking frustrating because it was a pretty good video. So I guess I'll just regurgitate the same shit I said in the video because point needs to be made. A couple of points I could have just really made in the comment sections, but I had to do it in a video just to clear the air because Human Highlander did the second parter of his, I guess, 3-part what the fuck, and he mentioned that I made a connection. I tend to make connections with Alex Jones and reptilians. And it just sort of pissed me off because he knows that I'm joking about that kind of stuff. Clearly by his responses in the comments to my comments, I know he's joking. And I also think he knows that using a word like connection is going to give the people who watch him, who are also, a lot of them are people who watch me, it's going to give them a wrong impression of me in the sense that they might think that I like to label Alex Jones fans, or not just Alex Jones fans, but 9/11 truthers altogether. And that's bullshit. I don't do that. I disagree with the 9/11 truth movement on the simple premise that I think the physics were refuted. Loose change was simply refuted in terms of physics by popular mechanics. I think that's non-disputable. And then also in the sense of the motive of the US government. I mean, sure, they spun it into a motive when it was all said and done, but if you look at it, they had nothing to gain, especially in the sense that, how much damage it caused. And if the end goal was to invade Iraq, well, then they would have just said that Saddam was the one who orchestrated the whole thing, or both Saddam and Al-Qaeda. But they never did that. WMDs was a separate issue they brought up. So in that respect, that's why I don't believe it. However, even though I don't believe it, I'm not saying every single question ever asked by a truther is a bullshit question. Certainly the 9/11 Commission report, there's a lot of legitimate questions that can be asked about that. But I'm just saying, in light of the lack of answers to those questions, I do think it's a bit of a leap, or a big leap, to jump to the conclusion that 9/11 was orchestrated by the U.S. government. And so it's just I'm not one of these people who labels truthers, and it just sort of pissed me off that David used the word like connection, like I draw a connection between Alex Jones and reptilians, even though I clearly made it a joke. And I watch Alex Jones. I've never once heard him use the word reptilians in a serious sense. And I know David likes, I know David disagrees with a lot of what Alex Jones says, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to poke fun at him at the fact that he does agree with a lot of it. Because, the guy, there's really not much I can poke fun at him at. He's not a spiritualist, he's not a phantasmagorical, and I do like the guy. And, people I like, that's what I do. I like to poke fun at the things that I disagree with him on. So, that's all there is for that. He also mentioned fireworks, like he hates fireworks after he found out that I went to fireworks. So I just want to clear the air on that too. I don't go to fireworks for the sake of fireworks. They're just a bunch of bullshit spectacle of lights. No, I go to the fireworks for the crowd. I guess I left the beach now, but I was at the beach a while back. And, a huge group of people in this kind of atmosphere is just, it's fun. I tend to avoid huge groups of people most of the time, so I make an exception on fireworks nights, like 4 times a year. But yeah, it has nothing to do with the fireworks. I mean, fireworks are, yeah, I was amused by them when I was a kid, but yeah, fuck them now. It's the fact that you get to see a bunch of silly people doing a bunch of silly stuff firsthand. And yeah, I can't pass on that all the time. Sometimes I gotta indulge. So anyway, I think I got some time, but damn it, I didn't start timing myself. So I probably do have some time left though. And I could just stop the video now and make a short video and get more views, because people tend to watch shorter videos. But no, that'd be the smart thing to do, right? So I'm just gonna keep babbling. Damn it. I did the, by the way, on the same day that Thunderfoot posted his 20-parter. So obviously I didn't have a chance to cover it, and I really wanted to cover it, but I'm not gonna cover it now because a bunch of people covered it. But I will make the point that I'm pretty annoyed by all these people who are allowing Thunderfoot to create excuses. They're saying the excuses are legitimate, because I don't think the excuses are the least bit legitimate. I mean, he made the challenge. We should hold him to a different standard. He's the 3rd or 2nd most subscribed to atheist, and he got there by making a series called Why Do People Laugh at Creationists? And now when it comes time for him to go one-on-one with a creationist live, he makes a bunch of excuses and says it's his first time debating. You know what? I'm sorry. That just doesn't cut the mustard. Yeah, no shit. Ray Comfort was gonna throw some curveballs your way. It's what creationists do. I haven't seen a single creationist debate where, you know, the creationist guy stays on topic. So the fact that he couldn't figure out that he was gonna have to, you know, be a little snappy. I mean, you could have watched some footage of other debates, because really, if you look at it, Ray Comfort didn't really do that good of a job of sidetracking either. Nothing compared to the kind of people that Christopher Hitchens debates. I mean, those are some real fucking curveballs, and Hitchens still manages to knock them down. So it's just frustrating, especially since, yeah, Thunderfoot is one of these people who I always, you know, who I'm thinking about. Maybe I don't mention by name just because I don't want to call him out by name, but I mean, there are these really famous atheists. You know, Condell has his Muslims, Thunderfoot has his creationists, you know, Amazing Atheist has his mentally handicapped 17-year-old girls he picks on. And you know, these people get famous for this kind of shit, but they never go near any real fucking topics aside from the easy stuff. And I really do want these real kind of topics to get some exposure. So I guess I'm gonna, fuck, this is gonna fuck up the noise. But I guess I'll talk louder. But I do want this, you know, the consumption reproduction stuff to gain some exposure. And it's not gonna gain some exposure if the same 3 or 4 phantasmagoricals keep responding to it. You know, the amendment videos. Because their arguments are just made of nothing. So it's just frustrating. I mean, the debate is so circular. Amendment makes these points. Phantasmagoricals say that, oh well, it's made of nothing. And the rest of the people don't watch it. It's bullshit. So I'd love to see someone like Thunderfoot explain what exactly is wrong with the idea that we need to grandfather ourselves out of existence. It would be quite the good viewing. And I guess I'll have to call him out by name if he's not gonna. I mean, I don't want to, but yeah, he's just gonna keep ignoring stuff like this, you know, unless it has his name at the title. And I hate putting people's names in titles because it's just such a sub-whore thing to do. But it's gonna have to be done for the sake of the topic. So I'm probably over 11 now, so I'll stop. One more view at the ocean.